Syracuse Sam.
Welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This is season 6, episode 1. It's our first episode of 2021. COVID is gone. Everything has been cured. We can go to concerts and movies and the grocery store without masks. I thought that was supposed to happen. 2020 was going to disappear.
Right.
2021, we were all going to get, gold for Christmas. And anyway, no, that's obviously.
It is gone. Go to the store, Tim. Don't leave your mask at home.
No. See, I was almost baited into saying something that would get me canceled, and I did not. Bueno. We have over 350 shows available. I was looking at our iTunes page and our Apple Podcast page. I didn't know, man. 300. I think we have 356 or 57, and that's just hosted. There's one or two that are on there, so that's a lot of shows. And I saw over the holiday break that our friend in Texas, Roby, is re-listening to our show. So that makes me very proud of the work that we've all done over the years. Because I'm the type of person is I'll listen to an old Billy West Howard Stern bit from 30 years ago, and I'll listen to it for the 800th time because I enjoy it. So if you're re-listening or re-watching or rereading, that means you like something. So thank you, Roby. So everybody have a good holiday break, Christmas break, whatever.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Chinooka.
Yeah. What?
Chinooka break.
Chinooka is nice. Happy Chinooka.
I met Tim for lunch. We had a lovely lunch.
That was a good Mexican place. What was that called?
Damn it! Why would you do this to me? I can't remember.
Zapatas, wasn't it?
Zapatas, yeah.
It was in York for us.
Yes, there was a place before that I told you. You got the Mexachola.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was really, really good. And then
it was really good.
And I've never been to, well, not in a long time. Haven't been to downtown Norcross. And I went to that they have a little Taste of England or Taste of Britain store, and I got Caitlin some
corner shop.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Hey, come on in, get some tea. And
yeah, I'm on one of their Facebook pages.
They got Spotted Dick there. Jeff has Spotted Dick, but he got that from when he was in Haiti.
From when I had measles.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was measles, not your trip to Haiti. New Year's Eve, it was just me and Caitlin and the dogs barked until about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then the fireworks stopped. And it was, typically you have a slow build up to New Year's Eve festivities with the exploding, all that shit. And then there's a couple days after where people's, I heard some tonight. So fireworks illegal in Georgia, folks. And I think people are shooting off the fireworks tonight because they're happy that the Senate runoff race is over. We're recording this on Tuesday, January 4th, which means that tomorrow, no commercials, no more mailers, no more phone calls, no more texts. It's going to be bliss.
This was easily the worst. It was the worst ever. I've ever remembered it ever being this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Raphael Warnock ran over my foot.
Raphael Warnock is a liberal who hates cops. God damn them cops!
Radical liberal.
Yeah.
But
Kelly Loeffler is a rich twat. Did you see that one?
I can't believe it takes $800 million to look that bad.
Hi, I'm Kelly Loeffler, and I'm a stick. The best ads, though, do you guys watch Pluto TV?
No, I haven't, but I have in the past.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I watched 6 episodes of Too Close for Comfort the other day. I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this. And Audrey Meadows is on there, and I'm thinking, why don't you just punch her and send her to the moon? But anyway, the commercials on there are the ones that that TV stations won't take, or by people who don't have enough money. There was one that was like, it's really funny. It's like, we did this and we did that. Now it's time we got to do this and we're going to do that and this and that. And we got to show them. It basically said, well, we got to stick it to Whitey. And I'm like loving it. It was hilarious. And I guess you have a lot more room to be creative or acerbic on that channel. I love Pluto TV. What else did I watch on there? I don't know. I just put it on there, and there's all sorts. MST3K has its own channel, so you can watch that. Just pick up in the middle and watch it.
They
Also,
just started a Stephen King channel on there too. You can get all the movies.
oh, they did?
They'll run those. That and some of the like the hotel or the hospital series that he had for a little while.
Jeff, you watched that, didn't you?
Yeah, what the hell is that called?
I'd like to watch the Needful Things series again. I enjoyed that one. I thought that was pretty good. One, well, as long as we're talking about it, I do not like the Stand. And
you don't care for it?
No,
I think it's good.
No, I don't like it.
Especially since Heather Graham showed up.
Yeah, I like it so far. The jumping is a little bit much, but
yeah, I hate that. That was the first episode. Jump, 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 jump. All right, I know the story. You don't have to jump around. Have you watched it yet, Steph? I know you were excited about it.
I did not watch it. You told me that it was meh, and
well, Jeff said it was good.
Never trust him.
No. Well, if you want to, you can go on YouTube, and CBS All Access is actually on their YouTube channel. Put out the first episode for free.
Yeah,
so you could watch it there.
I just feel like I'm living the Stand, and I just don't care to watch it portrayed.
You got that Captain Trips vaccine, though. You got that first part of the Captain Trips vaccine.
Yeah, something bad's gonna happen. We all know that.
Yeah, you don't
we all know us first crew that have done this. Something fucking horrible is gonna happen to us. But you know what? I'm just like, bring it on, because I don't want to do this shit for years and years.
Yeah. No, you're gonna wear the mask until 2029, and look, everybody will be happy about it. You could get, you could get vote on there, or go fuck yourself, or your mother's a whore. Get whatever you want on your fucking mask, but you're gonna be wearing it. And if you're having a gangbang, everybody face the other way. Listen, use a double-sided dildo and just do anal.
I don't keep up with the porn industry. Do they do them with masks on now?
No, Dr. Fauci suggests that.
Oh, okay. I'm surely to God there's
I don't think
somebody
they're
doing
any porn production.
They're not at all?
California's shut down, man.
People are doing it. Yeah, they can't shut. Well, they probably went to Las Vegas then to do it. They're not gonna. I don't even understand.
Birds do it. Bees do it.
Yeah. Look, even the birds and the bees are wearing their masks.
I don't think the big studios are doing releases right now.
Well, that'd be horrible if porn went out of business. But anyway, back to the Stand and in that sort of thing. I never thought that the original miniseries from the 90s was great, but I enjoyed it and I loved the performances in it. Even Molly Ringwald, who was kind of wooden, but I thought she was okay, better than the girl who's playing her character in this Stand. And I loved Gary Sinise. It was all these people that I've watched it several times. And Glenn Bateman, I guess, in the original series was played by Ray Walston, Mr. Hand. Yeah. So I have memories of that I liked a lot, and plus knowing the book and reading the book and all that stuff. I think this is just a money grab and boring. That's my opinion on it. And the review, I read a review that led me to this other show on Netflix called Alice in Borderland, which I think is 1,000 times more entertaining and creative. I mean, how many times are you going to tell the same Stephen King story and just tweak it a little bit? I know he wrote a different ending for this series, so I'll be curious as to see what that is.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, is how the ending changes based off of today. Because he said he made it more for a modern time, an ending for a modern time. So
Trump gets elected.
We'll see.
At the end of the Stand. Look, I had Captain Trips, and it made me really sick. But I got over it. Look, my neck got really big, and it turned black, but I'm fine now. Why do you like it so much?
The Walking Dude 2024.
Yeah. Why do you like it so much? What makes you like it?
I like when I've read something like The Stand. Now I've read it like 4 times, and it's one of those things that I didn't think that they did it. The last one they made was good. I mean, it encompassed the whole story, but I thought that maybe a better production would improve it.
I can't wait to see the real detailed scene where Trash Can Man gives the guy the hand job.
Yeah, I was waiting for the kid. I was waiting for the kid to be on there, and then I realized they cut Marilyn Manson's part because he was supposed to be the kid. Yeah. So they cut the kid just like they cut him out of the book. They cut him out of the miniseries. And that would have been interesting to see Marilyn Manson bugger the Flash, but oh well.
Jeff, why do you like it so much?
Beautiful people.
I think it's fun. I don't mind the jumping around. I like the story. I like to see this new adaptation of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come the main? Go ahead, Steph.
I was just gonna say, I'm sure it's no billions, which I can't believe I've fought all this time. Now I'm completely obsessed with. But go ahead. Sorry.
I like Billions better than Succession.
I think I might too.
Yeah.
Why do you guys watch all these shows with rich people in them? I mean, can't you just watch Real Housewives? At least people fight.
Jeff, if you'd like to take this.
Yeah, Billions is awesome, man. Paul Giamatti.
Oh, I know. I watched the first episode. I thought it was really good. I don't know why I didn't get into it. So.
Oh, the writing. There's so many pop culture references in it. I mean, they speak in movie. You know, that's what's so great about it.
They speak in movie. Explain that.
You know, almost everything that happens on the show, no matter what character it is, they shoot out some analogy from a movie or a quote from a movie, or they equate it to some scene from a movie.
Okay, wait a minute. That's how I live my life.
That's what I'm saying to you. Exactly. And that's what makes it so much, for people like us especially, it's so much fun.
So that's Billions.
Show. Yeah. And just the fact that, you know, the Giamatti and Damian Lewis, them playing off of each other, and I'm pretty much every character on the show kills it.
Okay.
Every character.
I'll have to get into that. I will definitely have to get into that.
I was a naysayer on Jeff for so long, and I just really want to give him his props. It's a good ass show. I'm already almost at the end of season 3.
Damn.
Yeah, it starts to suck about season 5, but keep going. It shut down in the middle of season 5 because of COVID.
Did they come back and finish it though?
No, they haven't started back production yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll give me time to get caught up then, won't it?
Friend of the show, Matt Servito, is on there. He plays the governor of New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, tell me this. I gotta watch this stuff.
You spoiled it for me. I didn't know he was going to get governor.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it. Anyway, go ahead.
No sense in
allegedly.
Now, dumb shits.
Spoiler alert.
Well, you're not going to ever convince me to continue on with The Stand, but if you want something that's post-apocalyptic or crazy, watch that Alice in Borderland with the Japanese kids who are stuck in a video game where people get killed. It's kind of fun. Lots of blood.
I watched the preview for it. It does look really good.
A lot of people talking about it. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, the only thing I don't like are the English overdubs. I know that people want to, hear their own language when they're watching something, but I would rather, read subtitles and hear their actual language.
They don't give you the option?
No, it's Netflix. No. And you don't know anybody in it. I don't know the story. I think it's based on an old comic book. Or is it manga? Is that what they call it? I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but it's a good show. So Billion. So I guess we're all watching. We are all watching Kobra Kai. I am rewatching season 2 because I kind of didn't pay attention when I watched it, so I need to take that all in. And it doesn't take you long to go through it all. Obviously, I think you guys have all gone through season 3 already, right?
Yeah.
No,
I haven't either.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Are you noping it?
I'm not noping it. I'm just not jazzed about it like I was the other 2 seasons.
It's a sequel to Karate Kid Part 2.
Oh yeah. Oh, so they go to Korea. They go to Okinawa.
Oh yeah.
Is the kid that he fought?
Yep.
Really?
There, and the girl are both there.
Oh wow.
Yep. It's totally awesome.
So when he pulls up next to him at a red light, does the guy he fought in Japan turn him and go, Daniel LaRusso, a study in moppishness? It's that same actor, right?
I don't know if that was the same guy. Maybe.
I think it is.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, it was the same guy.
I guess Sato.
Like the girl and the guy that he had the battle with to the death.
Yeah.
Over the girl.
Yeah.
They both got really old. And you look at Macchio and you're like, how come this guy doesn't age?
Yeah, and Ralph Macchio was 947 years old. Do you remember when he shot Karate Kid? He was 78.
I know.
Well, let's just say, though, I know in episode 2 or whatever, when him and Johnny were taking on some ruffians in a garage, he looks very stiff. Whenever Machio's
Oh, yeah,
kicking his
hard on?
legs and
Oh no.
huh? I think he's doing his punches.
Yeah, that's why they got the kids
very
doing.
rickety.
That's why they got the kids doing most of the karate in this
Yeah.
Kobra Kai.
I
Yeah.
hate Hawk. That's the only kid I don't like. Hawk. First of all, he looks like 11, and he's a douche. Go
You're
ahead.
supposed to hate him. That's what's. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll give
that's
him
the whole
that.
idea.
But doesn't he look like 11?
He does kind of look
Yeah.
like 11.
Especially that episode in season 2 where he's got the bloody nose.
He gets a redemptive story arc though eventually. I'm sure.
Okay.
Elizabeth Shue in season 3.
What? No way. Is she Allie with an eye?
Yep,
Who's she married to?
she's divorced.
Oh, I bet she hooks up with Johnny because Daniel is with his wife.
It's pretty cool how they do it. You guys will have to watch. It's a throwback to that scene at the country club where Danny gets the spaghetti all over him.
Yeah, because
Oh.
yeah. You know why I like this show because
Brown though.
it has great Easter eggs for our childhood, and it really reveres the source material.
Yeah.
And they do a very good job with it. I mean, it's an easy half-hour watch. You don't have to. It's nothing mind-blowing. They do Johnny right. Now you would think though that those guys they're older than us, so you would think that they're almost 60. So it's hard for me to believe that they only have teenagers. Like you would think that Daniel LaRusso's kid would be 35 by now.
Right.
You know?
That is a little bit.
Yeah, and so the guy Kreese, is that his name? He was in Vietnam, so he would be 80. He's like I went to Afghanistan, but he's making it all up. So that's one.
I mean, his face though. I mean, he just looks like a leathery Berenstain Bear in the face.
He does. But I think they do a really good job with that show, and it's fun to watch.
My least favorite part of it is the daughter.
His daughter? Yeah, I don't like her.
Can't stand her.
Daniel's daughter?
And then the other like puss mouth kid, the one who's got like a puss mouth that
the one that Kreese punched in season 2?
Right, like Boy Meets World. He looks like the kid that was on Boy Meets World. I'm not a fan of him, And Miguel is getting just a little too over the top for me too. It's just a lot of overacting, but
he broke his spine. Give him a break.
It's just they would have got better kids.
I like the girl with the curly hair who's friends with Daniel's daughter. I forgot.
Oh.
She's gone? Oh, that sucks. I liked her a lot.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought she was a cool character. I like her, and I actually like Johnny's son. See, I don't pay attention enough to know their names. So I like Johnny's son, even though he's too much of a pretty boy. He's like a young Johnny Depp with that pouty and the hair. Oh, I'm learning karate, man. My dad is a jerk. And I like the goofy guy from the department store. Really, I am talking about season 2. So when I get caught up, we can talk about season 3, and I'll hopefully get caught up to Steph. So
my 2 episodes in.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're on season 3. I got to get out season 3. Earlier tonight, Caitlin and I were watching the most recent episode of Below Deck. Well, Captain Lee getting pissed off at the charter people today. Wow. You guys none of you watch that, right?
You need Autumn here for some Below Deck chat.
Yeah.
It's a good show. You should watch it. It's entertaining.
I don't watch any. The only reality show that fucking Forged in Fire has me by the shorts.
The what?
I can't stop watching it. Forged in Fire. I watch it like when I get up in the morning before I go to bed at night. I'm watching them make all these damn knives and the quench. I mean, there's so many things that it's a great show.
Have you imagined making your own knife?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I would do a camp knife.
Camp knife. I get
a knife. That's a knife.
That's it. When I get up in the morning, I go out and have a smoke and some coffee, and I check Reddit, and they will show you who's live and who's got the most karma live at that time. And every morning, I'm obsessed with this guy. He's not Dutch. He's in Denmark. He's Danish. And he's got a forge, and he's just back there making wands and making swords and knives and stuff. And he's chatting with the people. And it was really good. I mean, it's really great, and it's entertaining. So that's the kind of stuff I'm finding to capture my entertainment. And I'm like, I'm going to give this guy karma. Boop, boop, here's some karma. Here's some karma. Here's an award. And then on Christmas, a couple days after Christmas, there was this guy from England dancing, and he had a son with him. His son was dancing with him who had Down syndrome, and the guy looked like Jeff Goldblum. And they were just having the best time and loving it. And they had so much, like, people were giving him tips and stuff. So you can find a lot of cool shit to watch on Reddit. Like, he wasn't making fun of it. Everybody, they were just dancing and listening to music and wishing everybody Happy New Year. It was fun.
I want you to prank that guy that dresses up like a lizard and goes live on Reddit.
Oh yeah, who's that? You got to let me know.
Guy.
You can call.
Yeah, he puts phone number up.
Oh, I'll prank people. I haven't made a prank call in a while. I try to prank call the people who call me about voting, but it's like, this number cannot be blah blah blah. So
I don't want you to know where you can't find their place. You can blow it up and put a bloody pig's head in their driveway.
like they did to Nancy, but yeah, they've done that to a bunch of them. Yippee, yippee, yippee.
I wish they put pig's head for everyone.
Yeah.
Except for not real pig. I would like them to do like a vegan pig. It's like a fake pig.
If you did it to Ilhan Omar's house, it would be a hate crime.
What if you used Impossible Pig?
Yeah, if you used Impossible Pork, yeah.
Impossible Pig. Yeah, exactly. Impossible Pig would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my Impossible Pork chop. No, wait, is kosher.
The only thing I hate about Forged in Fire is sometimes when they do the kill test. A lot of times
with an animal?
It's a carcass, but they'll use a ballistics dummy, which is my favorite thing. And those things, it has like real feeling bones and whatnot. And you're chopping, you disembowel it, and there's blood and all this other stuff. And then sometimes they'll hang up a hog, and they'll use that as the kill test, which I always hate that. But
in the rural places where you grow up during deer season, could you drive by a hotel and see a bunch of deer carcasses hanging from the front?
For sure. When I grew up on a farm, we would be in the lunchroom next door to my grandparents' farm and see my grandpa gutting a hog while we're eating lunch.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're not shocked by any of that?
No.
Okay.
Shocked by it.
Did it make you want bacon?
No.
Everybody, you love bacon. You don't, what, Jeff?
Pork chops.
My grandpa had a pig and a hog that he was raising, and he didn't have it at his house. He just had it at a farm. It was his pig. And I got to meet the pig, and it had a name and everything. And I remembered, I can't wait to eat you. I can't wait to have your pork chops out of you. And and we had all that shit. We had bacon, and we had something. I'm like, it was like, it's what Pinchy would have wanted.
You said that to him, Pinchy.
Oh.
I can't wait to eat your pork.
Because that hadn't aired yet. I was just a kid, but I felt like Homer when it's what Pinchy would have wanted. I forget the line. Pinchy would have wanted it that way. Didn't he cook them in the bathtub?
And ham and bacon and pork chops all come from the same animal?
What line?
Yeah. Magical, wonderful animal.
Yeah. Spider pig does whatever a spider does. Anyway, so Forged in Fire, what network is that again?
It's a History Channel, but they have seasons 3 through 6 in Hulu.
Okay. I have all that shit. I have all those goddamn apps. I'm like looking at my checking account statement every month. Okay, guess I'll write.
Get ready to get sucked in. All the characters, too, on Forged in Fire. There's a lot of oddballs that make knives and swords. Did you know that?
Yeah. There's a guy in Cabbagetown who makes stuff like that. He's an oddball, but he's cool. And he forges iron. He's a really interesting cat.
That's half the fun is watching these guys because their story, just them alone, it's funny to watch.
Taking the metal out and hitting it on the anvil with the mallet and ping, 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 and then they pull it back and hit the anvil and they go back, ping, ping, ping.
Well, yeah, and then they've got like a press. It's called Big Blue, that you can put it in. It'll
flatten it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if they can forge Valerian steel.
I haven't seen that yet.
No,
I'm waiting for it. There's quite a few Middle Earth fans that come on the show.
Oh, speaking of Middle Earth, you guys going to watch that Lord of the Rings series coming out?
Yeah,
give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What's it gonna be on?
Amazon.
When does it start?
I think they're still working on it.
It starts in either February or March, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, they wrap production. So I guess So they had been filming.
See, I don't understand the need for that. Why? I mean, the movies are 20 years old, and they're all really good. They're stellar. You can get expanded versions of all three of them, so you can watch almost 16. Man, you can watch almost 12 or 14 hours worth of Lord of the Rings plus The Hobbit. So why do they need to redo it? That's my question. Why?
Yeah.
Money?
I'm just impressed if anybody's going to come up against Weta, the FX company that Jackson owns that did all of those. I mean, they're the innovators in the industry. I mean, there's not really anybody that can touch them. Right. So the fact that somebody's going to try to make one, I just can't see it looking better.
Yeah.
But
so Peter Jackson has nothing to do with this.
Right.
Right. So that's my point. I don't understand why it needed to be remade because it's not like they were made in the 70s or 80s or even the early 90s, you know?
They're not remaking stuff, though. It's all new shit. It's like Lollar stories and stuff.
Oh, so it's not the same story?
Remake Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings. It's new stories in that universe.
All right. Well, then
they'll probably do his son's book, the one that he put out that he had started and then his son finished.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense to me. See, I didn't know that. I thought they were just redoing Lord of the Rings. I'm like, what's the fucking point? But that's cool. A friend of mine said to me in an email this morning, we were going back and forth about it. He goes, yeah, I don't want to watch orcs fucking elves. It'd be like Game of Thrones. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see that either. You know, there'll be nudity and tits in it though. Cause you know, you have to have that.
Hobbit tits.
You guys should check out The Watch on BBC.
The Watch. I've heard you talking about that. What is The Watch?
It's based on, and Terry Pratchett fans hate it, but it's based on
Discworld.
Discworld, yeah.
Yeah.
And
which was a huge series.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a British show.
Yeah, it's on BBC America.
All right. And what is Terry Pratchett known for besides this? So what's The Watch? It's a police procedural is what I'm seeing on Wikipedia. Is it supernatural or is it just a cop show?
It's supernatural and they're cops. There's all kinds of...
All right. You can tell people are pissed off because the Google reviews...
Good Omens was the other thing he's probably most known for.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, good.
58% on Google. So, and yeah, oh geez, and everything's giving it shitty reviews. IMDb 2-3 stars. So that means it's probably good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. They showed the first 2 episodes on Sunday this last week, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main dude is like a kind of like a drunk who doesn't care about doing his job. And I don't know, the guy kind of reminds me of like Sir Richard Harris or you know, one of those English actory guys.
Mm-hmm.
Who else am I thinking of?
He was in that Fortitude on Amazon. That series.
The first 2 seasons of that was so
with Dennis
good.
Quaid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
pretty good. It's a lot of crazy supernatural shit going on.
Added to the list of things I need to watch. Yeah, another thing I need to watch.
There's like dragons and trolls, and they had a red box troll kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this dude goes in. And there's like this box that's a security camera, and inside the box is the little troll who's guarding the memory card of the video, the security video. I thought it was funny.
I'll have to check that out. Did you guys all, speaking of the BBC, did you watch the non-Christmas holiday episode of Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Any good?
Yeah, it was all right.
I heard she's leaving. I heard she quit.
Yeah, after this next season.
Oh, so one more season of that garbage before they get another doctor?
Yeah.
I wonder who it'll be.
I don't know. There's a lot of people wondering right now, but it's still over a year away, so who cares?
If they don't go back to their original formula, the show is dead forever. Star Wars realized that. They pushed Kathleen Kennedy out. They're getting rid of all the like Ray and any of those shitty characters from the sequels. They're getting them all out of that theme park and bringing in the Mandalorian and Luke. Hey, surprise! People like Luke Skywalker. They don't want to see him being a grouchy bitch on an island sucking on a bird's tit. They want to see Luke with his lightsaber kicking the shit out of evil stormtroopers and Imperial guards and things like that. So who would have thought it? You know, why don't you let fans of Star Wars make Star Wars? And I love it. I just absolutely love it that Disney's like, we want to make money and we want people to enjoy what we're making. So that's a good bonus right there.
I'm so desperate for more Mandalorian content. I watched that We Can Be Heroes movie on Netflix.
And you guys all watched Wonder Woman in 1984, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't watch it because you guys are all like, it sucks. And Caitlin and I were excited about it because I think the last movie we saw in a theater, no, it wasn't the last movie, but we did see the original Wonder Woman in the theater, and it was so good. And I thought the director did a great job, but then they let her write this one and direct it, and therein lies the problem, is what I've been hearing. You know, some people say they like it a lot, but other people are saying it's
okay. I feel like it would have been, I probably would have enjoyed it more if I saw it in the theater.
Yeah. I heard Kristen Wiig was terrible.
Sorry.
Oh.
She played a Kristen Wiig character.
Yeah.
I mean, did she really? I mean, she could have put that character in just about any, except for the the last bit of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have put her in anything, and it was the same role she played in Ghostbusters. I mean, the characters almost looked interchangeable.
And did you watch it, Steph, or did you say?
Yeah, I watched it.
And you didn't like it?
Oh God,
no.
no. So bad.
What did you like about it?
It just was. It was dumb. It was completely dumb, and I think one of the ultimate things is, you suspend your belief because it's a superhero movie and you like superhero movies, right? But then still they have to have some kind of real world logic in parts of it. But then you take, Chris Pine's character or whatever, and he has only ever flown a B-52 or whatever the fuck, and then he gets into an F-16.
An invisible one, right?
Well, let's not even take that. He gets into an F-16.
Oh, don't start with the invisible thing, Judith.
And flies to damn Cairo with no flight plan. I mean, it's just...
And not refueling.
It's preposterous.
One shot.
All right, listen, it could happen in a superhero movie. Don't waste time worrying about that, okay? Listen.
They're chasing us with guns. I once turned a coffee cup invisible when I was a kid. Let me try it with an entire jet in about 4 seconds. Yeah. It just...
Okay.
Yeah.
It was...
And him...
And then the ending I heard, instead of a cool cataclysmic battle, it's a lecture. Is that true?
Oh, God,
yes.
It goes on forever. It goes on forever. And you're like, when is this going to end?
When are they going to fight? When are they going to fight? Fight.
I mean, it's just a bunch of screaming. Pedro Pascal is just hollering into
a void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah. It really made me, I'm really glad that I like Mandalorian as much as I do, because it overrode how bad this was. But I mean, it was rough. I mean, I enjoyed his performance in the original Wonder Woman series that they tried to do in 2011. They created a pilot, and he was the Steve Trevor, the Lyle Wagner character.
Lyle Wagner.
From the original, and the girl that was in it, she was the one from that was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then she went over to the what's it called? Orenthal? Or
the Orenthal? Hey,
no.
Everybody get on my spaceship.
The Orenthal.
We're going into space.
Horrible.
The Orenthal.
Hey, everybody.
What was it called, Jeff?
The
Horrible.
Orenthal. That's right. It's a spaceship that looks like a white Bronco.
Now-
And we get in my white Bronco, we go really, really slow to the moon because I've got to play golf, man. And if we're going to play golf, we're going to play golf on the moon. I got to tell you, look, hey, congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. They won the division, and they're going back to the playoffs. Look, they haven't been to the playoffs in 17 years. I was trying to talk to people at the bar, and then they realized I'm OJ, and they avoid me. But that's okay. Everybody watch the Orenthal. I call that. But you guys cleansed your palates of Wonder Woman by watching a movie that I have it in my mental queue. Soul. I want to hear about this because everybody was raving about it. It's getting fantastic reviews, and I want to watch it. So tell me about it. Whoever, doesn't matter. Who liked it? Who didn't?
Yeah, I loved it. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
What's it about?
Make bad movies on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's a Pixar film, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So what's the story about? What makes it great? What makes it?
He's like a music teacher, and he's been gigging his whole life in New Orleans, trying to make a living being a musician, but he can't. So he has to be a music teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He finally gets his big break, and spoiler alert, he dies.
Oh.
On his way to the gig.
Okay.
So the whole rest of the movie is him trying to get. It's like he's in, I don't know, Narnia or whatever, like
Like in heaven or something like that.
purgatory,
Yeah.
and that's where all the new souls are trying to be reborn or trying to be born, and he like falls in with them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to get back to his body.
Okay. So he can go back. Don't spoil the ending. I don't want to see it. But he's trying to get back to his body so he can go back and be alive again, right?
Trying to.
Okay. And you liked it, Steph?
Oh, I really liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. And I thought that Tina Fey was very good as a character. And the people that are trying to paint this like it's some white savior crap, it's get a life.
Saying that.
A life.
See, that's why just ignore that shit and watch it, right? You got Jamie Foxx.
You're fucking racist. If you're
saying
sitting
that.
there looking for shit like this, you're the racist.
Yeah, exactly. Tina Fey, white savior. You have Graham Norton, Rachel House, Alice Braga, Felicia Rashad, Donnell Rawlings, Questlove, Angela Bassett, Jamie Foxx. It sounds to me like it's an evenly balanced cast. I don't understand.
Jamie Foxx is the main guy.
Yeah.
But you know how Vulture or whoever the fuck.
Oh, those ridiculous blogs that.
One of those that had to, but let's take away from this good message and enjoyable movie that employed tons of black voices and focus on one thing. That Tina Fey is the one that showed him what was what.
Well, if Vulture didn't write a stupid story like that with a stupid headline, no one would click on their stupid links. So that's why they exist.
Yeah. It very easily could have been Gabrielle Cinnabon playing that character.
Yeah, because it's not even a person yet.
I know.
It's a soul. Like it's not even. Anyway.
Also, it's a voice. That's it. That's a voice. It's just a voice. It's somebody's voice. It's not real. It's a cartoon. It's an animated movie with a voice. And I'm sure she didn't run around going, I'm white. And I'm gonna.
They had good chemistry, and she is funny, and her and Jamie had good chemistry.
Yeah, it's not Bagger Vance.
Oh Lord,
how can I help this white guy be a better golfer?
I mean, come on.
Give me a fucking break. Anyway, yeah.
I enjoyed it. That was probably the best thing I watched over the whole break.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
I would agree.
Aside
with
from
Jeff on that.
Letterkenny season 9.
Yeah. Dustin, we'll talk about what we watched and give our staff picks in a few minutes. But there's a couple of headlines, Dustin, if you want to go over them.
Tuesday the 5th.
Yes.
And at this moment, Tanya Roberts is dead.
She is?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, wait, I'm getting a breaking news here. It said, oh yeah, breaking news right here. Update, Tanya Roberts alive again. She crawled herself out of the where they put the frozen, the place where they put the cold place where they put the dead people.
Morgue?
And, yeah, she walked out of
the cold place.
She walked out of the morgue. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, she died again. Yep. What the fuck happened with that? So her publicist says she's dead.
her publicist prematurely announced she was dead before the family was notified or something.
So she
Well,
was dead.
her partner, and that's what they're calling him. So I assume it's her live-in boyfriend since her husband had died probably 10 years ago,
So
or
boyfriend,
2006. Yeah,
her partner.
and
What do they have, a law firm?
Well, no, they just live in L.A., so that's what it's considered. But yeah, he had been with her Sunday, and from what it says, she closed her eyes, spoke to him, and he thought she drifted off. And he was so overtaken by it, thinking she had passed, that he just left the hospital. He didn't speak to any doctors. He just walked out. And in doing so, when he was confronted, by a reporter, he just said, "Oh, she's passed now." And that's what started the ball rolling.
And she had COVID, or we don't know that.
They haven't released what the reason was, but
She was on a ventilator.
Yeah. So I assume.
Or a pneumonia or something like that. Fuck. Well, Tanya Roberts was in a lot of things. She was
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels. That's right. Who'd she replace? Either Kate Smith or Jacqueline. Jacqueline Smith or Kate, whatever. And she was in Beastmaster. She was on that 70s show. She was a Bond girl, right?
And A View to a Kill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was Sheena.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Riding the zebra in that buckskin bikini she would wear. Yeah. When we got cable, it was, I think that was the first movie I watched on HBO.
What,
was Sheena?
Beastmaster?
No, Sheena. And that movie stuck with me for my entire teenage imagination.
Yeah, so did Beastmaster when she's at the water, when she's washing her clothes. And I was like 15, going, yeah, Beastmaster, gonna get him some with Rip Torn.
She just always exuded, even when she was on the 70s show and supposed to be the mom next door, she was just hot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Naturally just beautiful.
I'm sure Steph felt that same way.
No, she was a knockout. She really was. I mean, there's like some women that are just, as they get older, they just are still. She didn't seem like she was one that had a bunch of surgery or anything like that. She looked good. She still looked, even at 65, she looked good.
Yeah, like Helen Mirren. She hasn't had a ton of surgery either, and she's as beautiful now as she was 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
I think Meryl Streep looks great.
Me too. Yeah, I respect actresses and actors who don't get facial surgery. I mean, I don't hate people who do, but I mean, you look better. It's like if you like all these stupid filters women and men use on social media. You look stupid. You look like a clown. I know you don't wear glasses. I know you don't have hearts on your face unless you just went and got some tattoos. Stop it.
Yeah,
you're fine. Be who you are.
I sent you guys that Christina Aguilera thing where she was in the hot tub with the cowboy hat on this weekend.
Yeah, I'm
what the hell though? Her face. It's like she
has
a mask on.
What's wrong with your face?
Look at Jeff.
What's Jeff doing? I can't see him reading.
That's nice.
Oh,
he's got.
Oh, there he is. See, well, Jeff, that really helps you though. I like that on your head.
It does look cute, Jeff. Leave it.
Your crown of flowers is
it's nice. Adorbs.
I'm looking forward to Midsummer this year.
Don't take any acid.
I'm gonna burn you up in the bear suit.
What else, Dustin?
Larry King. He went into ICU. He had been diagnosed and in the hospital since before New Year's.
Really?
But people, they didn't let it be known until he was transferred into ICU from the hospital when he was admitted. And so now he's out of ICU as of today.
Good.
And they haven't, if he's out of ICU, I guess he's at least stabilized. So, he's
got the Rona.
He does have the Rona.
Jeff's
it's a Rona.
Ridiculous. I love Larry King, and I always did. I loved him when I was a kid, and as a radio dork, listening to him at night before he quit. He was on the Mutual Broadcasting Network, but his radio show was just, it was so banal. It was entertaining. Oh, coming up, we're going to be, and then he'd finish and go, we're going to go get some steaks, go home at 5 a.m, full of steak and potatoes, sleep, go do your CNN show. He was just a fixture. And, you're not going to get an ugly, praying mantis looking dude like him to host an interview show anymore. Everybody has to be good looking on TV. And he certainly wasn't that. he's from a different era, and he was fun. He was a good guy, and he's still alive. So I'm going to say he is a good guy. He still does that show. I mean, or for the recently, I would still watch some of those clips on YouTube. I forget what network it was, but he did an hour-long interview with Norm Macdonald and a lot of people that we like. Hey, you're on the air. Hey, Larry, I heard you had COVID. No, that's not true. I'm feeling better. Kwai, order free garlic tablets. Come on, friends, take your Kwai. Order free garlic tablets. There's a lot of good videos on YouTube. If you type in Norm Macdonald and Larry King, you hear a lot of fun stories.
Well, he's 87, so he's not quite Richard Donner's age, which is 91. And you're just going to decide to throw yourself into the 5th iteration of Lethal Weapon. Why? I have no idea. But
he's got to do it before it gets too old for that shit.
He was too old for that shit 30 years ago.
How's a 91-year-old guy going to direct a film? That's awesome. I applaud that. Like, how old is Clint Eastwood? He's in his late 80s, right? He's still
he's pushing 90, yeah.
Yep.
Clint still flies a helicopter, doesn't he?
Who? Clint?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as he's not flying an airplane with Han Solo. Yeah, I could fly a helicopter.
Yeah, well, Clint Eastwood in a helicopter or Harrison Ford in an airplane, yeah, I'd definitely go with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, hey, I'm going to crash the Millennium Falcon into Mos Eisley. I'm too old.
I still trust. I'd rather ride with either one of them than my mother to the store.
Yeah.
Car.
On a tricycle.
She always does that thing where you get to the stoplight and she just keeps easing out.
Yes.
Easing out. You're like in the middle of the road. It's like it's still red.
Yes.
Stop easing out.
No, I'm going to go.
Anyway.
Then it turned green.
Well, he did get, he said Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, everybody's up for doing it.
So,
but he said he wanted to end it on an emotional note. So they hadn't mentioned anything about the plot, but.
Well, then one of them's going to croak.
Right? He's going to finally pull the trigger on killing himself.
Finally going to be a lethal weapon.
Yes.
Yeah. Or he'll just kill them both.
Pack them with C4 and throw them into the crime den to blow everybody up. Those guys are in their 70s. I mean, they've been retired from the police force for 20 years by now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll have
just
like
call it lethal pension.
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably get Chris Rock because he was Glover's son-in-law.
Yeah.
He'll probably be the chief of police or some crap.
What about Joe Pesci? He's retired, semi-retired. I wonder if they'll get him out.
He's going to fuck you in the drive-thru.
Gonna fuck you in the drive-thru. All right. Anything else?
Marianne died.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, rest in peace, Marianne. Did we talk about that on the show, or did she die after we did?
It was the day after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. She, Marianne. Oh, Dawn Wells.
Dawn Wells.
She was 80. She was 82.
The answer to the age-old question, by the way, when it comes to this person, is Marianne.
Yeah. What's the Dawn Wells? And they're like, who?
Yeah.
Marianne. Okay.
That's why I was like, was she in the Supremes?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she is forever. Yeah, she's forever garnered that name, Marianne. There's especially in pop culture, you say Marianne. That's the only one you know of for being such a general name.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ginger, I never liked Ginger. I thought she's too snooty. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't know who she wanted to be.
Right. She was an amalgam.
Like she was an amalgam. Yeah.
Yeah. I said on Twitter the other day she was an amalgam between Marilyn Monroe and Margaret. Nobody got it because I made a portmanteau of their name.
Oh, I got it.
You did. No, other people did. What are you talking about, asshole? Right, stupid fuck. All right, so there's going to be another goddamn Lethal Weapon movie that everybody will go see. And I believe there's one more story, right?
Yeah, there's also going to be a new series based on Clarice Starling from the Silence of the Lamb series.
It's a network show, right?
It's kind of strange. It's the flip side of what Hannibal would have been, because the rights are owned by two separate companies. MGM owns the rights for the characters of Starling and Buffalo Bill and pretty much everyone in Silence of the Lambs, but De Laurentiis owns the Hannibal character completely.
Yeah,
so
they made the first movie.
Right. So this movie or this show that comes out where Hannibal was not allowed to mention Clarice Starling anywhere in the series, this show, which is supposed to take place a year or 2 years after the events of Silence of the Lambs, they cannot mention Hannibal.
And there's
Oh, so
zero.
it's set in the early 90s?
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
cool.
it'll be 93, 94.
Oh, cool.
So, but without being able to reference the one thing that kind of elevated her from a freshman, brand new agent to the status that she'll have in the show, she won't be able to elaborate on.
What is this going to be on?
CBS, right?
All access. The timeline of the show Hannibal, though, he wouldn't have known Clarice yet.
Yes, I think.
You know what I mean? He wouldn't have known Clarice yet because that takes place before
Right?
Silence of the Lambs.
I just don't think they're going to do it right. I mean, NBC with Hannibal, that was one thing. That was a dark, twisted, creepy ass show.
Creepy, but
Loved
fun.
it. I don't think
Yeah.
CBS has got the chops to do this show.
Well, they wrecked Star Trek.
Maybe it is NBC, but I thought it was CBS.
No, it's CBS.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to be CBS too. It's there. I don't think this one's going on the app.
All access.
Yeah, this is not all access. This is actually for the network, the television network.
The beauty of Silence of the Lambs, the book and the first movie, which was Jonathan Demme who directed it, if I'm not wrong.
Manhunter. Yeah.
No, not that one. Silence of the Lambs. Jonathan
the actual
directed it. The one that won all the Oscars was the relationship between Clarice and Hannibal. And if you split that up, I mean, you could tell the tale of Hannibal, when he's dealing with the other people that he had to deal with, the other people who were mentioned in the previous novels and all that shit. But it's ridiculous to who's going to watch this? Who's clamoring now for, I want to see what Clarice Starling did after Silence of the Lamb. I'm
if they hadn't have made the 3 sequels afterwards,
yeah,
with different actresses playing her, then maybe this would have some ground. But yeah, I think it'll be a niche market that are just followers, probably mostly of Hannibal, since it's been taken off.
Yeah, they're going to be like, Julianne Moore, she pretty much already lived this for us.
Yeah. And I thought she did a good job. That movie wasn't very good, but I thought she was fine in it.
Yeah.
Just ever spend the whole first season trying to capture Syracuse Sam, the upstate New York Hannibal.
Syracuse Sam.
Syracuse Sam.
Hey, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. God, I'd fuck me so hard. Oh, geez, Oh, yeah, I was going to Lake Onondaga there, and we went down the Finger Lakes. They call me the Finger Lake Slasher, but I don't like that so much. I'd rather be called Syracuse Sam. I like that, yeah. You know why they call me that?
Why?
I skinned my humps.
I'm gonna go on record right now that if you had a recurring character that was the Finger Lake Slasher,
Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
On this show?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Do it.
We need reports. We need like updates. Updates. Who you've killed this week? Why?
All right. Well, we can't really go too many places because Governor Cuomo doesn't want, everybody spreading the, the virus or whatnot. But so I bought a couple of tickets to go see the Buffalo Bills in the playoff game because, he's a big fan of the Buffalo Bills. He doesn't like the Giants or the Jets because they play in New Jersey. So he says the only team in New York State that he can root for is one that's actually in New York. But I don't like Italian guys, so that's what I'm looking at recently to kill. So a lot of Italian guys, they don't go to Walmart or Tops, but they will shop at Wegmans because Wegmans, you can get Italian food in the food court. So I saw this Italian guy. He looked like somebody I could take, and I have an El Camino with a cap on it. So, you don't see too many. First of all, you don't see a lot of El Caminos, and then you don't see anyone got caps on them. So I followed him to Burger King, and I got behind him in the drive-thru. He's one of them guys that pulls over to eat in the car. He goes to drive. I guess a lot of people do that. You can't go sit down in there. So you get it at the drive-thru, and you sit in your car, and you listen to talk radio. Hannity comes on at 3, and then you can eat while you're, listening to Hannity or one of them shows. So anyway, I seen him there, And I kind of went up to him, and I had my mask on, and I, socially distanced. He had the window down, and I went up to him and I started talking to him. I said, "Oh, hey, I thought you were somebody that I knew," and it turned out, of course, we did the whole thing. Oh, and then I hit him in the face with a hammer and dragged his body to my El Camino and drove him to a river and had sex with his corpse and chopped him into pieces. So that was my week. I'll tell you next week, and see
Thanks, Sam.
Yep.
Bye, Slasher.
What's my name again? Syracuse Sam.
I thought it was the Finger Like Slasher.
I'm Syracuse Sam, the Finger Like Slash.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Jeff. Now we'll have to do a podcast about the finger. The Finger Like
True
Slash.
crime podcast.
Yeah, true crime podcast.
Oh my God. Yes.
There we go.
I want to know everything about him. How did
He
he
likes
become
having
this
sex with
way?
the corpses, that's for sure. But,
I want to know what his childhood was like. All of it.
oh, my dad used to take me in the woods and make me have sex with corpses.
Made me dig them up too.
No, well, yeah, because he wasn't a killer. He just dug up the graves and stole their clothes. And he sold them on eBay. Vintage tuxedo. Don't forget, guy died in it a month ago, but, hey.
Yeah, the back's opened up, but it's good.
Oh, yeah, and, sometimes they got watches on, and the watch still works. Oh, tick, 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 tick. Jeez, that's crazy. Anyway, but, sometimes you had to make your own hole. Anyway, all right, I'm done. Let's talk about what we watched. Here's what I watched. I watched Citizen Kane. I've been badgered by my boss for 20 years to watch that film. I've never seen it before. And my God, what a great fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch
It's amazing they could pull that off.
You got to
at the
watch
time.
on Netflix.
The Mank is in my queue to watch. I was going to watch it. I'm like, well, I can't watch this if I've never seen Citizen Kane. So it was on, I think, HBO Max, one of those channels it was on. And it was such a good film. You guys have all seen it, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've
Oh, yeah.
never seen it.
Yeah.
Never seen it? One thing I noticed while watching it, besides enjoying it, is the style in which it was shot has been stolen by every director after.
Oh yeah.
Well, he created all the tricks.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the original. Yeah, the
dolly shot.
the focuses. Yeah,
Yeah.
He would create perspective shots. So he would create miniatures, and create those perspectives that were used, as recently as the Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
That Peter Jackson used that same technique through that whole movie to make the hobbits small and without making them CG, and that all came from Citizen Kane.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that. I already mentioned that I watched Below Deck. I watched that documentary Jeff watched called Skin about the history of nudity in movies. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like you could have skipped the whole first half of it, where they did the history of it, and when it got to the 80s, that's when it started getting really interesting for me.
Well, yeah, it brought back memories
Yeah, exactly.
of staying up till 3 a.m. to watch Star 80.
And they even talked about like personal best and stuff.
That's what I meant. Personal best. I stayed overnight at Jeff's house one night to watch. We got up. It was like, this movie sucks. When's the nudity? Yeah, but it was good. I liked the cast. I liked the actors that they were talking to in the interview. I thought the whole thing was interesting.
Yeah.
Until they got to talking about today. Well, in the Me Too era, you have to have an intimacy coach. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Stupid. Finished watching. I rewatched all the Star Wars prequels, and I came to the conclusion that while there are good moments in all three of them, they still suck. And the best way to watch Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith is just fast forward through anything when it's just Padme and Anakin, because it's boring,
I
terrible.
started watching the Attack of the Clones cartoon series.
Did
I'm
you?
almost through the whole first season.
Yeah, I was going to do that too, and then I saw that there's 80 seasons of it.
I know there's so many fucking seasons. I'm like, how did I not watch this show when it was on?
Uh-huh. I'm still liking Rebels. I think Rebels is a very well done
I'm
show.
gonna watch Rebels next.
The Rebels is great.
See, I told you.
The animation for Clone Wars, yeah, it's I mean, it's funny to watch from the first season to the last season. The animation improves vastly. Yeah, it takes a jump.
Go ahead.
It's good. No.
I just said I told you guys I watched Alice in Borderland, the Bee Gees documentary. I kind
That
of
was
actually
good.
cried at the end, and I don't
Yeah.
normally do that, but I didn't like bawl and sob and punch the floor. But
And
I
it was sad because his brothers all died.
Yeah, all three of them, and Andy Gibb, they talk about Andy Gibb. And I loved all those Bee Gees songs. I don't care if it's the falsetto disco era or the original era of the Bee Gees, because they had that short stretch where they were super popular. Then, they couldn't get arrested. And then they became super popular again. And then, that DJ out of New York, Chicago, Steve Dahl with his, disco sucks, which, by the way, if you watch this and you didn't know that, is they did a turn with Johnny Fever on WKRP about that.
Speaking of WKRP, we're gonna have the hosts of the WKRP cast on this show.
Oh, cool. I watched Death to 2020. I thought that was hit or miss. I didn't think it was great the whole way through.
Some parts were real funny though.
Oh, yeah.
Hugh Grant was real funny.
Hugh Grant was funny. My favorite character in the entire thing was Leslie Jones.
Yeah, she was funny too.
Yeah, I laughed the hardest at her. What were you going to say, Steph? I'm sorry.
No, I thought it was funny too. I thought Steve from Stranger Things was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is the what was he? He was like a tech nerd or something?
He was like some tech.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Yeah, I thought he was good too.
Did they age Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old
I was like, man, he's gotten old.
You have to admit though, as you were watching it from at the beginning, we were about 12 minutes in, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah, that happened too.
That. Yes,
this was all this year. This was all this year.
Australia was on fire.
Oh my god, yeah. There was a lot of shit that happened this year.
Yeah, he was like, oh my god, this year went by. The year went by. It was the slowest fast year in history.
Mm-hmm.
Say that, but yeah, but it was well done. I like Samuel L. Jackson, and there were certain things in it that I didn't care for, but I enjoyed it overall. On New Year's Eve, I watched Fish. They did a dinner and a rematch on their 1995 tour. They played chess with people, with the crowds at their shows. And during intermissions of this 1995 show from Madison Square Garden that they streamed on YouTube, they were doing a live chat where they were playing chess with their fans, which I found to be interesting in so much as they're all just a bunch of dorks. But it was a good concert, nevertheless. Kobra Kai I mentioned. Here's one that I totally missed. And Caitlin and I started watching it, and we love it. Manhunt: Deadly Games. Have you guys watched that?
No.
You watched it, Jeff?
No.
It's that Manhunter or that Manhunt. It's the same guy who played the serial killer in Mindhunter is playing Richard Jewell. The serial killer that I can't think of his name, but he's
BTK.
No, he's the young actor who sat there and he talked about how. Yeah, I strangled the girl.
Oh, yeah.
It was Mindhunter, but I don't remember whatever season. It was a serial killer show. And that actor is fantastic. He's playing Richard Jewell. And, some Angela from Who's the Boss is playing his mom. It's so low budget. It is absolutely bottom of the barrel budget. Like they show the abortion clinic in Sandy Springs. It gets blown up. And I lived there. I lived across the street from it, and I walked up there the day it happened. After the second bomb went off, I walked up as close as I could get and took a look at it. I mean, you were watching going, that's not it. That's not it. That's not the other side. You know what I mean? But still, the story is really well done, and the acting is really good. So
Were there abortions on the street when you went out there?
No. The bodies didn't fly into the air. No.
Yeah, his name's Cameron Britton.
Yes, Cameron Britton. Great actor. He really nails it. But it's really cool if you remember that time, especially if you were living in Atlanta. We had backing up a little bit. They make that reporter from the AJC, the one in the film that they made look like a slut. They make her look even sluttier in this show, which is kind of not fair. I don't think she was a hardworking reporter for the AJC, and I'm forgetting her name, but Carla Gugino, is that how you say it? Carla Gugino plays her in the show. Is that how you say her name?
Gugino.
Yeah, and I recommend it. I mean, especially like I said, if you remember that year, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Oh, she played the Silk Spectre in Watchmen.
Yeah. She's in Sin City too. But it's Richard Jewell was screwed by the federal government, and by the media and the press. And he got his due eventually. And then Eric Robert Rudolph. I haven't made it that far. My staff pick is Red Letter Media's Half in the Bag review of Wonder Woman 1984. It was very enjoyable. Those guys are great. And Dustin was telling me before the show started that he's watched like 20 hours worth of their material the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was my go-to this vacation. If there was any down moment, I was watching Half in the Bag. Those guys are geniuses.
What else did you watch?
Wonder Woman. Unfortunately, God, that movie's so bad. It made me angry that it was that bad. I mean, it was one of those that, I mean, I figured because they hadn't released it, I think there was more there than Corona. You know, I think it was going to be an issue either way. But yeah, you know, I'm done with that. Letterkenny season 9, watch that. It's so good. I mean, they're just expanding everything so much further. They're pushing the envelope.
Fight, though.
Yeah, no, I did too. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it kind of see what happened. But I mean, obviously they decimated that whole house, it looked like. But it was really good. All the little it was kind of scattered. I thought they were going to go more with her scorched earth through the whole season, but it kind of fell apart after about the 3rd episode. But love the characters. I'm glad that they're trying to, keep pushing it and expanding. Yeah.
Need more McMurray this season.
Yeah. I can watch him in anything. He's amazing. Also watched, there's a movie on Hulu called Rent-A-Pal. It's got Will Wheaton in it, and it's only, I think there's only 4 actors in the entire movie. This real lonely guy who's been going, it's set in 1990, and he goes to a dating service. He lives with his mom in a basement. She has Alzheimer's, and he's the loneliest person I've ever seen, and he plays the character extremely well. His name's Brian Landis. As far as the movie itself, he rents a videotape at the dating service where he goes. It's the old 90s where you go in, you record yourself, and then all the ladies take a look at it, and no one ever picks his tape, and he keeps going back, and it's just a money scheme. People just drain him for money. But he finds a videotape there that says Rent-A-Pal, and it's Will Wheaton. And so when he gets home, he puts it in, and Will Wheaton starts talking to him like he's his friend, but it's just a videotape recording. So in his mind, he's making up the connection. Right. And then it starts blending together where the TV does start talking back to him and telling him what he should and shouldn't do. And he does meet a girl, and it's real slow burn, but the end of it is crazy. It's called Rent-A-Pal, and it's on Hulu.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Also, I watched 2 different shows on the SwearNet network, which is the Trailer Park Boys network. They actually did not get picked up for a new season on Netflix, but Netflix allowed them with their contract to create their entire SwearNet network and pull over all of the network stuff that they had done with Netflix. That's so right. all the seasons they've got, all the stuff they've made. So there's a new season on there called Trailer Park Boys Jail. And so this time, the whole time they're in jail, which has never happened before. It's usually the off season they're in jail, and then when the series comes out, they just got out. But this time they're all in. And it's really good. It's just filmed just like the show, and but it's really cool that Netflix let them do it, even though they didn't pick them up for a season 10 or season 12. Also on that same network, there's a show called Terry on the Road with Terry, and it's Terry Cahill from FUBAR. Did you guys ever see FUBAR? Yeah, the Canadian. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's that same character from FUBAR, and he's traveling from the far east on the west coast of Canada all the way over to the Maritime to Nova Scotia, and he's hitchhiking along the way. And along the way, he gets picked up by different actors. So I think in the second episode, Better Call Saul, the Saul actor, the main character,
Bob Odenkirk.
yeah, he picks him up for the first episode or the second episode, and so he's basically riding around going, "Oh, you're an actor, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been in a few things." And he just, "Oh, anything I ever seen, maybe on public access or something like that." So it's just this whole two characters playing off each other, but Odenkirk's playing himself, which is pretty funny. That's also on SwearNet. It's you can watch both episodes on swearnet.com for free, the first episodes, and I think it's like $2 a month to watch. Like, if you're a Trailer Park Boys fan, I mean, it's got everything there, and it will be the only place that you'll get to see the new season. Then I watched, like you said, I watched 20 hours of at least of Half in the Bag. Can't get over those guys. And I caught up on Alaska's Last Frontier on Discovery. You were talking about how, nobody, what reality shows, I don't watch the one you watch, but I watch this one, and it's just as hokey. So
I'm
there with you.
Thank you, Dustin. Steph?
All the same crap you guys watched. I did watch the finale of A Teacher.
Did it have a happy ending? I haven't watched that one yet.
No.
Okay.
Not have a happy ending.
Happier than the movie?
Yeah, but I mean, it was some got real.
It got real.
The last few episodes were really good, and they ended it very harshly. It was quite a cautionary tale.
Okay.
There was definitely no happy ending. So I thought it was really good. I highly recommend
that SNL parody they did of A Teacher.
Yeah, that was
was.
I go modem playing the teacher. The kid's like hitting on her, and she's like, "No." And that's the end of the whole thing.
I watched this movie. It was so good on, I think it was HBO Max, called Let Them All Talk. It was an HBO Max original. Meryl Streep, Candice Bergen, Diane Weiss.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Lucas Hedges plays the grandson. Beautiful movie. It's a Soderbergh movie. Beautiful movie.
He always shoots things. Even if the film's not good, it looks great.
No, it's a great movie. Candice Bergen is fucking hysterical. She is so subtly hilarious through this entire movie. And it's not like some, we're old ladies, blah, 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 diddle, diddle, diddle. No, it's a very deep and real, and you know how Soderbergh captures all those little subtle moments.
Mm-hmm.
And the dialogue. It's very dialogue driven, but it's a great movie, great ending. But it's called Let Them All Talk. And Billions, of course. Cooking with Leftovers. It was sickening. I tried to watch, I don't know. It's just the thoughts of people were eating on this shit the night before, and now you're going to transform into something. It just made me sick. So anyway. I don't know. Maybe this is me, but my stat pack is podcast it's my favorite podcast right now. It's called Red Collar Podcast, and it's a true crime podcast, but she does red collar criminals are white collar criminals who murder.
Oh,
so basically it was always influenced by money, but it drives them to kill.
Ooh.
So she does it so well. I mean, she has great diction. The story, she lays it right out. It's a nice little 30-minute show, but Red Collar Podcast, it's really good. I really think you'd like it a lot. And the Foo Fighters' new single, No Son of Mine, which I like the one that they put out in November too, off this new album that's coming out February 5th. It's Midnight something or other or whatever. So I was just excited to hear a rock song, if you will.
It is nice to hear a new rock song. It's so rare. And then you're on Spotify, you're like, oh my God, this band I like, they put out a new song.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
The only thing I watched that we didn't talk about was the first 6 episodes of Pennyworth on Epix.
Yeah, good.
Very good. Just as good as first season.
Mm-hmm.
Steph, you watched all of them?
No. I watched the first episode, and I do not agree. And I don't know if I'm going back to it.
What?
No, it lost me. I think maybe I missed the dad, and I don't like him this season. I don't think he's as sassy as he used to be. I don't know.
I thought it was just as good.
I may just have to get back into it. I think you have tainted me with this Billions. That's like all I want to watch is billions and people making knives. That's where I'm at right now.
I like that.
2021.
How about billionaires making knives?
That would be the fucking shit. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
And I started watching the history of swear words. I watched the fuck and the shit episodes today. That's that Nicolas Cage. It's like a 20-minute show that breaks down the origins of swear words.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, the fuck episode's pretty good. And you know who they get for the shit episode?
Who? No, they have him.
Perfect.
Does he do it?
Yep. He does it the entire fucking show.
Oh, I love it.
He
Love
starts at
it.
the beginning, he goes, shit. And then at the end, he goes, shit.
I'd love to do a rewatch of The Wire if they had cast members do the podcast like The Sopranos, but they did a podcast and it was that Jamel Hill, and I couldn't listen to it.
That guy's on Your Honor. Did you guys watching that still?
I haven't watched it.
I watched I started losing me in episode 3. It
5
started
episodes
slowing
out
down
so
and
far.
getting slow.
It seems like it's picking back up because now they're trying to blackmail Walt and
Too much,
Okay.
too much
shit going
TV.
on. And the kid's fucking losing it.
Oh,
He's
all right.
trying to
Well, maybe I'll
make
get back
friends.
into it.
He's trying to make friends with the sister of the kid he killed.
Oh, Jesus.
What's your
Yeah.
staff?
Okay.
My staff pick is the Mr. Mayor.
Oh, that looks good. It's a sitcom on NBC, and it actually looks funny.
It was originally going to be a 30 Rock spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
Donaghy running for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's been reworked to have Ted Danson in, but I like Bobby Moynihan. I'll watch him in anything.
Oh, I love Bob. Yeah, Bob
Starts this week.
Moynihan is funny. I was surprised you didn't pick the new Firefall album as your staff pick, Jeff.
Oh, they have a new album.
New album.
Yeah, they do, and it sounds like Firefall, except for they have a new lead singer doing some of the songs, but the original lead. Yeah,
Check that out.
it's called Comet. Just to pick up on what Steph was talking about. You know, you don't hear about these new rock songs, and then there's a new release by Barry Gibb and he has a new album. It's his old songs. It's called Barry Gibb.
He's got people singing with him and stuff.
Yeah, and this is Dolly Parton, and he's singing Words, which I recommend.
He refused to watch the documentary,
Who did?
the lone surviving BG.
Why? It was all centered on him.
I know, but he's like, I can't watch it because
Makes him sad.
Oh yeah, well yeah. It's not like he's pissed about it. I mean, just he makes you sad if you watch the thing. You know, especially.
I was gonna say I'm in the middle of watching the Duran Duran documentary.
Ooh.
That's really good.
What's that on?
HBO Max.
Oh no,
It's either there or Prime. It's either Prime or HBO Max or Netflix or Hulu. It's on one of those.
or one of those fucking channels.
find it. You got Google.
What's the name of it?
It's
The Duran Duran documentary.
Duran.
Hungry like the Rio.
I think it might be Hungry Like the. Hang on, let me just look.
Hungry
her
like
up.
Syracuse Sam.
Hungry Like the Slasher. But it is really good. You talk about taking you back, man. It's done very well, and talk about timeless. Those guys have whatever they did in the 80s. They cleaned themselves up, and they look great.
Yeah, I saw
They're
him in
preserved in Peruvian cocaine. That's what
Yes.
they're-
Yes. Caitlin and I saw them in concert 4 years ago. They're awesome.
Okay, so it's on Showtime,
Mhm.
and it's called "There's Something You Should Know."
Okay. Which
And
is
it came out, it came out in 2018, but anyway, but it's on Showtime.
actually
There's something-
that's my favorite Duran Duran song. Please, please tell me now.
And they give you obviously they give you the pronouns behind each of their songs and their whole backstories. I had no idea.
Well, I'm going to check that one out as well. All right, you guys, thank you very much. Thank you to all your listeners. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. Be safe. Don't worry. Things will get better eventually. And if they don't, you can just listen to us. And there's always 8,000 streaming channels, so you can turn on that TV and put the headphones on and tune out the rest of the world. The good news is no more election shit. How about that, right? It's over, you know?
Yay.
No more commercials. Go ahead.
When Steph grows that second head, we're gonna have that second head do most of the talk on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, they'll argue with each other because that head won't like the same shit. So, you know, that would be great.
As long as the head doesn't try to make me watch Below Deck, we'll be fine.
Hey, I don't want to hear you attacking Captain Lee anymore. He threw people off his boat, and I respect that. And plus, you get a bunch of Australian people fucking each other the whole time. It's a great show.
Which is opposed to the Australian people beating each other the whole time, which is
I want to watch Australians making knives.
with billions.
Yes, billions of knives.
Fucking each other with billions of knives.
Listening
All
to Duran.
Hey, pay attention to our social media page. We have some exciting new stuff coming up that we haven't really put into practice yet, but be on the lookout for that. We have a lot of cool shit. We're talking behind the scenes. We're working it out. I have a new comic panel that I'm going to try to do every week. Hopefully, I have plenty of experiences. It's called My Awkward Encounters. The first one was with Bobby Cox. Bobby Cox was the manager of the Atlanta Braves for a number of years. And I used to have access to the dugout. And I was down there one time, and he was sitting in the bathroom, reading the newspaper, taking a dump. And I said, "Hey, is that your can of Copenhagen?" He went, "Yep." And I went, "Cool." And I was embarrassed. The most recent one is me and a friend of mine named Marc. We went and saw Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang do a stand-up show at the Roxy in Buckhead. This is in the late 90s. I couldn't find it anywhere online to specify the year. They were touring to promote South Park and I think Dirty Work. Now, I can't remember if I'd already seen Dirty Work, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I got shit-faced. We started watching Artie Lang stand-up, who opened. And I'm like, he's not funny. Fuck him. Mad TV sucks. So we went and drank more beer. I do, by the way, think Artie Lang is funny. At the time, I was just drunk. And I came back, and we were in the front row, and Norm comes out, and I start going, "Hey," I start doing the worst impression of him, yelling out all of his lines from Saturday Night Live. And he looks at me, and he goes, "Hey, this guy watches Saturday Night Live." And I can't nail the way he did it, but it was pretty much shut me up. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm not supposed to do this. So lots more of those. Charles Barkley, Meadowlark Lemon, Tammy Pescatelli, all sorts of people. I've got them. They're all just flowing now. Oh, I remember that time. And maybe even sometimes from people that aren't famous. But anyway, that'll be on the lookout for that. It's on all my social medias. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. Until next week, keep it.
I was just going to say, BarkvilleDogRescue.org. Don't forget about them. And, if you get the stimulus money and you're like, I need to do something good to the world, give it to us. We need it bad. Send it right to our website and donate some of your stimmy money to us.
Give it to the dogs. And yeah, sorry about that, Steph. I'm glad is that all? Or is there more?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Keep it canine.
Keep it canine. Woof.